Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Hugo Girl, a feminist podcast about science fiction and fantasy and boats, brought to you by some middle-aged people who are, quote, still fairly attractive.
Hey, that's us.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lori.
I'm Haley.
We will never get it right.
That's part of the charm.
Today we are doing Paladin of Souls by Lois McMaster Bujold.
Yeah, every time it's like a question. I'm never sure.
Do we have any housekeeping?
A little bit.
Yay.
We did our fundraiser. Ed and Andy made donations. And
Thanks,
so
guys.
we declared it a tie between the two people who made donations. And so they each get to pick a movie for us to do. So, and I was thinking like it probably makes sense for us to release those around the time of Hugo's because there's lots of Hugo reading. And
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll probably release those like late summer, early fall. So Ed chose Attack the Block, which is John Boyega's film debut, and it also features Jodie Whittaker pre-Doctor Who, which, in the wake of our having just finished Green Mars, Ed guarantees is mohole free. I've actually seen it. I remember liking it. I don't remember a whole lot about it, but Alien Invasion, I think.
That's fun.
I remember liking it. And then Andy requested Sleuth, a 1972 film with Michael Caine and Laurence Olivier.
Oh.
Andy described it as a tense psychological drama featuring a small set of characters getting more and more into each other's heads and lives.
Are there women?
We'll find out.
Okay. Paladin of Souls won the 2004 Hugo Award for Best Novel. And I kept having to remind myself that this was not written in the 70s.
Dude, same.
Yeah.
Shocking.
It also won the Locus and the Nebula that year. And this was Lois's fourth best novel, Hugo, which ties her with Robert Heinlein
Which is insane.
for the most novel wins. And they're tied for the most novel nominations.
Really?
I love it.
believe. Like at 10 or something like that.
People love the Vorkosugan saga.
They do. And the Penrick,
Oh, yeah.
too.
That was my
4 wins is the most?
4 novel wins.
And 4 novel wins. Okay.
I think JK has 3. And there's some other people.
JK.
NK.
NK.
Yeah.
Wrong K.
Sorry. NK has 2.
Yeah.
And then I think there's some other people with 3. But
Yeah.
Problematic K, non-problematic K.
okay. Now, I struggled with this plot summary.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I wrote a long one because
It's mainly a horse ride.
Here's the thing, Amy. I think Lois might have struggled a little with the plot, so I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
But ultimately, this is what I decided to do. Amber on Goodreads wrote this, and I honestly couldn't have put it better. Wealthy widow wearies of castle life, undertakes pilgrimage. She has spooky dreams. Shenanigans ensue. Deities, demons, sorcery, and an international border dispute are involved. But also, sad, empty, bitter woman finds new purpose and possibly new love.
Hey,
we go.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of plot that maybe when we start talking, we can sort of give a little context to our discussion. But the plot summary on this book could take
Yeah. It's a lot.
500
time.
pages.
Yeah. Because I feel like there's nothing like, there's a lot of plot. All of it's very sort of strung together very loosely. So you can't really overview it very well.
I also think it goes in cycles, so that like the same high points happen again and again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which we can talk about in general.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll say this. The main character's name is Ista. She's a former queen. She's a former lot of things, and she's not much of anything when the book starts, and she goes on a quest, and then things happen to her. But Ista's our main lady.
Yeah.
So I'll just throw that part out there.
She wants adventure in the Great Wide somewhere.
I want adventure. In the
She seems so young to be a
Great
dowager, too.
somewhere.
Like 40.
She's only 40.
I know.
But don't worry. She's got a
attractive.
still slim waist. Anyway, goodies on Goodreads. Let's go. Let's do it.
I've got one. And it took me a while to find one that was funny because people were really thoughtful in their reviews or
Yeah.
they were just like, not for me.
I think there's a lot of respect for Lois.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because Lois is real active on Goodreads, especially.
Oh, yeah.
Like she's got a pretty solid
to my
running
face.
commentary. She's got a little not blog isn't the right word, but she's on there answering questions.
Yeah.
A lot. So I think
Well,
people-
and you know, it's well earned. I mean,
Oh,
she's
she's
a good
great.
writer with a million good books.
Yeah.
But it took a while to find a funny review. I had to read a lot of them. So KJ gave it 2 stars. This book about magical hand jobs was not the book for me.
Wait, did you say their name was KJ?
Yeah.
Because I have one by JK
And
But not that one.
that says, by the end, I was flummoxed by the roster.
Yes.
yeah. I have 2 good ones. Kelly gave it 3 stars. Blah, 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 blah. It drives her to run, to change, to eat, pray, love it up. High fantasy style. And then Andrew gave it 2 stars. And this is a joke, but it is kind of true. The way it was read felt like the 80-year-old lady from Britain down the street was telling you about her daughter's wedding in 1969 for the 700th time.
It's been 84
But then
years.
he followed that sentence with a sentence that was like, someone describing something really dope. And he was like, okay, grandma, pass the whatever. I was like, no, this sounds really good. Like, demons, let's go.
I have a disconnect with her action and the way she writes it, but
Yeah.
we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about it. I think, yeah. I also found one by Chelsea who basically went through and made a bunch of puns about penises and sex, which I thought was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hear
Which
it.
is apropos. Oh, I'll read it.
Penis parade.
We're getting there.
I have penis parade in my notes.
A full quarter of my prep for this was going through the book and finding all the horses.
Pony Bretta.
One thing I definitely liked about the book was how a fantasy used something decidedly unepic, sex, as the seed for the conflict. The story revolved around the entwined longings, jealousies, desires, and schemes of the various characters, all stemming from a roll in the hay between Aris and another woman who was supposed to marry his bastard brother. Yet, when the delicate emotions of lovers and spouses and siblings combine with sorcery, demons, and gods, a thorny situation is born with only a person gifted with the touch of only one of Shalian's gods can resolve.
Okay.
And all of those ha-has were in the review.
Yeah, I
did
figured.
I did not add those.
Oh, speaking of Chalian, you did read the first book, right?
I did. So I can give you context as needed.
Yeah.
I heard it was more about, because they talk about religion a lot in this book, but I don't understand any of the gods.
So that's one thing I was going to bring up at some point was sort of the just general world building. Let's skip right to world building.
I read the
Let's go.
Wikipedia of the first book.
I was
It was
really
so
curious.
confusing, though.
Well, so I was curious,
yeah.
like, if you didn't read the first book,
Yeah.
whether the things in this book made sense or not.
I took them at face value. Like, I was like, the bastard is a god that is in play, but I don't know what he does, what he's about. I don't know what the other gods are about.
There's a lot more explanation of the theology in the first book because it also involves someone who is touched by the gods to go do a thing.
Yeah, I felt fine about it. I think it is probably like a lot of books where I would have gotten something out of having read the first book, but I don't think I needed to. I think the story stands on its own. And you can just be like, okay, well, we've got some gods. They're powerful. I feel like that's really all you need to know.
Yeah.
I was thinking a lot about Lois says about this series and the Miles series that you can read any of the books as standalone books.
Babysitter's Club rule.
And I was wondering if she's altogether right about that. I mean, you can. This is a self-contained story, and apparently the next book in the series, she wants to write one book that centers around every god.
Yeah.
The first one was about the daughter. This one was about the bastard.
I mean, I wasn't terribly confused, but it would have been nicer. Like,
I was really curious about that.
I kind of looked at it like with Game of Thrones. I never knew what like the 7 gods were in Game of Thrones, but it was like, it's something.
Well, one of my questions was who wore it better,
Yeah.
Game of Thrones or the Chalian books?
Well, Game of Thrones, my God. I mean, we still don't know what's going on, so I think we need the last book before we can answer that story.
And so for the
or answer that question.
listeners, the world in this book has 5 gods: the father, the mother, the daughter, the son, and the bastard.
And the bastard's like a trickster god.
Yeah, sort of. I was going to come back to that with you. He is and he isn't. Like, so there's like the father is like the winter god, the mother is the spring god, the daughter's the summer god, and the son is the autumn god, and then bastard is sort of the chaos god. Yeah. I guess trickster is right word, but he doesn't do much. Like, he doesn't really do anything different than the daughter does in the first book.
It sounds like they don't do much. Yeah.
They meddle like Greek gods, kind of.
Yeah.
So I thought the first book was better in a lot of ways because it's there's a lot more, there's better interiority and it's a slightly better explanation of what's happening with the gods when they're talking to people and doing things with them. But
I saw that consistently in the Goodreads reviews. A lot of people saying they liked the first book better.
Yeah.
and this book is a lot like the first book, except for I feel like things come to Ista really easily. Like, she sort of breezes through, becomes a saint, does some stuff, and that's that. In the first book, the guy, Kazrul, I think is his name, he has to work pretty hard for
Yeah. He's no Mary, so.
and he's carrying around a demon himself. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's I don't know. It was interesting. But magic system, where are we on this, guys?
I don't get it.
Just seems to be God-based.
A demon's just like a possession.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I didn't understand, like, you send them home to the god. Where do they
Go
come from? Where
Are
do
they
they
evil?
go? Who are
Seems
they?
like there's some pool of demonness that
And-
can escape.
They don't seem to have their own sense of identity because,
Right.
like, a ferret can be possessed of a demon and it's just, like, basically a wild ferret, or the bear. You know, the demon is very bear-like.
So just for some context, Ista is given the ability by the bastard to see demons and eat them by the end of the book.
That's so funny.
So the demons feature in the book, and there seems to be more of them happening than usual. And it turns out that someone's opened the gates of hell or something. There's a hell mouth somewhere inside of a queen, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so I don't know. The demons seem like they mainly are just some entity that makes your worst impulses worse.
Okay.
That's what it seems like to me. Because then that kind of explains what everybody does, I guess, in the book.
I mean, is that a little bit like being a vampire in Buffy? Because you become a vampire, but it's not like there's a separate guy living in your head. You've got a demon that makes you yourself, but not
You are the demon.
Yeah, kind of.
But it does seem like there's something she can separate from the person and do something with. So I don't know what that means for purposes of like
And that bear was
who
like
it is.
decaying and gross.
The
Like,
bear
did it kill you?
demon was so funny.
Yeah.
And
It's
it's
a
like,
bear living in
I think it's so funny when she looks at him, she sees a little bear shape in his belly.
Yeah.
It's like a gummy bear within a.
Or a Ninja Turtle that says L. Yeah. So y'all called him Foix, I called him Foix.
I didn't know
I
what to call
call him
him.
Flaw.
Yeah.
I feel I remember
I was
now
more
that-
entertained by his brother's name, which is
Ferda de
Ferda.
Gura. Ferda de Gura. Ferda boys.
Who Ferda?
So that made me actually look up Ferda, and it never really occurred to me that it's a contraction of for the.
Yeah. Oh, for the boys.
No,
I didn't hear that either.
That's like a hockey joke.
Ferda.
Ferda.
Yeah, and I can remember it from Letterkenny, but I don't think I ever really thought about it.
Yeah.
Thought we should have got together and agreed on pronunciations beforehand, but I forgot.
No, I think it's good.
Wow.
We can all bring our own flavor to the names in this book. So Foix. It could be
He's
either way.
French.
Yeah, I
Who
mean,
knows?
but if
I
but
said
if you ain't French, Foix makes phonetic sense. too.
Foix. And it also sounds a little bit Scooby Doo, which I kind of like. I got a demon, Foix.
Or Foy, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So our magic system is God-based. The world is roughly European.
It's based on Spain, according to
Yeah,
the
the
Spanish Reconquest.
Reconquista something.
Yeah, it's like
something?
1500s.
Reconquista, yeah.
Yeah, that. And then there were some other interesting historical parallels that I read about, which we can get to if we want to.
Yeah, she like the Rocknaris are supposed to be like the Moors.
Oh yeah, I read something that was like,
Making them blonde hair and blue eyed doesn't make them less racist.
yes, that exact thing. Yeah.
I already don't remember who the Rocknari?
It's the Dothraki, but different.
I already don't remember who that is because I
The hordes of the tribes that are attacking.
thought our guys were the Jokanans, our bad guys.
So I think
Oh,
Rocknari
it's maybe
or
a place.
Rocknar might be a country within Joknar,
Oh.
or the other way around.
Yeah.
Like there's a
Djokovic.
region inside of a country or something.
Oh,
like
sure.
that.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, just because you make the imaginary Arab equivalent people blonde with blue eyes doesn't make their portrayal as barbaric less racist. And then the other ones where I found was Joanna of Castile apparently was labeled a mad queen and locked away.
Joan.
And at one point she apparently traveled around with her husband's corpse for a while
Oh.
for murky reasons. We don't really know why.
Well, a lady can't travel alone.
So I thought that was interesting, and it made me think a lot about labeling women mad and locking them away. Because when we start the book, that's what's happening with Ista. All through the Curse of Chalion, she had a curse on her, and so she was crazy. Like she was.
Was she actually crazy?
Well, she had. Well,
I thought she
think
was
yes.
regarded as
I think
crazy.
yes. Oh, I don't know. You know, it's. I guess you can.
I
look
thought
at
it was
different
because
ways.
she had these. Well, I mean, obviously you read it and I didn't. Yeah. When I read the Wikipedia and then like what she was talking,
labeled as
how
mad.
she was talking about her life, I had the impression that because she had these divine experiences that she was labeled as mad, but maybe she wasn't.
No, I think that's right. But I think that she did have a curse on her.
Yeah.
And she was also traumatized by what had happened.
Yeah.
That's the woman's way.
But when
It's
the
crazy.
main character of The Curse of Chalion actually talks to her, unlike everybody else in the book, nobody actually talks to her. Yeah. When he talks to her, he's like, I'm not so sure she's crazy. And yeah. She has things of value to add to the story. But anyway, I was just thinking about that and how upsetting that is.
It seemed to me that she's a very secondary character in the first book. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
She's in the periphery most of the book. She's sort of praying and crying a lot and flitting around and everything.
Like you do when you're cursed
you're
and
crazy.
possessed by a god.
And then towards the end of the book, she becomes a little bit more of a person. Like she adds some information to the story. And then at the very, very end of the book, she actually has a pretty good scene with the main character and she's sort of healing because the curse has been lifted. And so that's when she kind of becomes a real person after the curse is over.
Good for her.
right?
Yeah.
You think they'd be like, please go on a vacation?
Listen, I have never related to a woman in a book more than I related to this woman at the beginning of this book. She was like, I'm so freaking bored.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the last half of my life and I don't know what's going to happen. And nothing is happening if I don't do something. And she is going crazy.
Yeah.
Like, she's going crazy because she's like locked away in this castle and everybody treats her like a child and nobody lets her do anything. So she decides she has to run away and she runs away.
All the books that I've read about being a queen in the Middle Ages, it just sounds horrible.
Sounds awful.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about this in the context of this book. Why do we think that stories about nobility were so popular for so long? And I think there's a shift away from that. I think people are less interested in that and less interested in monarchy and things like that in their genre fiction. But why are we so interested in a queen? Or why were we so interested in a queen?
Well, I think it stems, I think it's a relic from the Middle Ages. Like, I mean, because, God and the monarchy were pretty much your
divine right
guiding
thing.
stars, right? And they were also very untouchable, right? They're very other, like there's a lot of speculation about what their lives were like and that sort of thing. So I think it's a ripe field for growing some stories.
Yeah.
I think it's the same reason that even
They just have less mystique now.
I've been watching the JFK Jr. show on Hulu and I'm obsessed. And like just these fancy, rich, beautiful, smart people.
Yeah. Is it like a version of celebrity
Yes,
culture?
I think absolutely.
Because I think, like, if you were just to
Real
ask
Housewives.
me, I'd say I think people like stories where they see themselves. And I mean, maybe in these stories, people, you just said you related to her. So maybe
Right, but this was written
writing
now.
about Queen maybe it's interesting for people to see themselves in a queen. I don't know. I just wondered, because I was like, what's like the big work? Lord of the Rings, right? And yeah, we have kings and fancy elf nobility and stuff, but ultimately it's a story about a couple of little guys
Right.
from the Shire. And so I just wonder why this was like the go-to format for so long.
I think it's because if you were just like a peasant in the field, your life is the same every day. And it's not that a queen's life wasn't the same every day, but at least it was clean and filled with good food and visitors.
Or that like there's more of a leisure time to be able to have adventures. I don't know.
Yeah, and it seems like it's a place of drama, right? If you're in your daily life, it doesn't really seem like there's much drama,
Yeah.
And I think that if you're looking at a courtly world where people are doing machinations and ruling countries and traveling,
Yeah.
I actually started reading a book about Elizabeth I after I finished this book because I was just in that headspace, I think. And it is interesting how much similarity there is between what's happening with her and what's happening with Ista in this book.
yeah.
Like there's a lot of pretty accurate crossover between the two. So, and for a while when I was reading this book, I was like, oppressive fantasy feeling, oh my God.
Yeah.
But then when I started reading about Elizabeth I was like, actually, no, this is just historic.
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
is how it was.
And I don't think it's really it may be a question that doesn't even have an answer. It's just something I was thinking about when I was reading it because I was like, another queen.
Yeah.
But it's a good question.
But I just pondering.
And it is interesting because I do think it has definitely faded with less reverence for the monarchy because I think once you figure out the monarchy are just people,
Yeah.
Grifters. God said I'm supposed to have
traffickers.
literally everything.
Sex
God said it.
yeah,
I'm the one that's supposed to be born. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it has something to do with like parasocial relationships and stuff like that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Kind of
I
similar.
think there's more stories on the opposite end where like a young peasant man becomes like King Arthur was Wart.
Yeah.
But it's hard for a queen to become a queen by herself. So she just has to marry into it. So like,
Well, Elizabeth I is interesting because she was one of her Mary Queen of Scots, and like some other women around the time were kind of the more or less the first like rule in their own right.
God
women,
said they were supposed to be queens.
Yeah.
instead of being a regent or something like that. So it's an interesting time to see people deal with women inheriting like a monarchy and doing it.
I think what spurned that was Henry VIII was like, this is my religion now. Sorry, Catholicism. So maybe that kind of like loosened the floodgates.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Elizabeth was labeled a bastard for a while, and then she was allowed to be queen because Henry said she could be queen. And then the whole first part of this book I'm reading about her is just everybody being real pressed that she won't get married, like real pressed. And so it's going to be interesting to see where it goes and how she manages to stay single for her whole life. Anyway.
Sorry, I feel like that derailed
That's okay.
everything.
No, I mean, I think it's a good question, especially in the context of this book, because Ista is treated differently because she's royalty,
Yeah.
but then she also is special in this,
Well, and for the first half of this book, I was like, how is this fantasy? It just felt like I was reading historical fiction. And
The gods, I guess?
until the demons came in.
Yeah, I guess the gods.
Yeah.
There's magic.
There's gods everywhere.
Yeah.
Gods are touching you right now. They're touching you. They're watching you and touching you.
I know.
Listen closely. Maybe they'll tell you you're supposed to own everything and be in charge.
Hopefully.
I'm anointed.
A lady in a lake threw a sword at me.
Okay, so let's talk about Ista for a minute, because you talked about it a second ago. You were like, there's these stories where these young people go off to find their life and they end up kings or whatever because they can pull a sword out of a stone. A lady of the lake hands them a sword.
It's no basis of
A
government.
watery tart lobs a scimitar at you.
Trying to river the line. And I looked up Joe Walton's take on this.
Oh, I forgot.
So Joe Walton loves this book. Loves.
I love Joe.
And I think there is something to be said for being a middle-aged lady, reading a book about a middle-aged lady who
Absolutely.
goes out to find her fortune. And Joe said it best. She said, Paladin of Souls is one of the very few books which has a middle-aged woman run away and find herself.
Yeah.
Aww.
Which is so true. And I was like, I was trying to think of other good middle-aged lady books, and I was like, oh, Barriar.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
is this just Cordelia all over again?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. And same format with a husband who has a male lover. Like same family
right.
And like
configuration.
secondary characters that get together.
Yep.
And
Yes.
there's even Ista has a kid who features in the first book.
Yep.
She's 2 kids. One dies very sadly.
No womb replicators though. That's my favorite part.
No womb replicators. They have to give birth.
They do.
At least one person dies giving birth in this book, and I think the first book.
Oh really?
Off to the side, like not part of me. But did y'all find that interesting or compelling, or did it matter?
I do like that.
It's objectively cool, but I can't really talk about it for more than a paragraph. Like everyone brought it up over and over again, and it is objectively cool, but like I can't just keep talking about it. So,
Do you think her age mattered in the book?
I mean, I guess.
I
Yeah, I
do.
mean, it does.
I mean, I think her restlessness comes from not having the opportunity to live her own life, and you can only do that for so long.
And her roles are all done, right? She is
Right.
wife, he's dead.
I think
She's
if I knew more
they're
about her,
gone.
I would have cared more.
She was caring for a mother, she's dead.
Yeah.
yeah,
She's always her worth is always in relation to somebody else.
Yeah.
And now it's not. Which I find that interesting.
yeah, absolutely. And that's something that women from
I-
time immemorial have had to deal with, being defined by their relationship as a caregiver for someone else or support for someone else.
Yeah. And I guess I was feeling this is an interesting time for me to read this because I am turning 46 in 2 days. And I don't have a husband. I don't have any kids. Like I don't have anything. And like you're looking at the second half of your life basically and saying, well, what now? I was a student. Now I'm not. I was looking for a job. Now I'm not. What's next?
Yeah.
So I really appreciated that. A story that started there.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting.
I think I would have been more emotionally invested if I knew about her past.
Yeah, and that was another question I had. So she goes through this redemption in this book, and I was wondering how that resonated with people who hadn't read the first book.
I didn't get any redemption.
So I wanted to know more about her, and I thought maybe I should have read the first book. But then when I read the Wikipedia of the first book, it seems like the events of the first book happen well after all the stuff that she's grappling with. So I don't think there is a book.
But they do talk more about why she did what she did.
Okay.
Like there was a prophecy, and so she was trying
Yeah.
to realize this prophecy, and it didn't work. But they are kind of cagey about why the guy died.
They explain all that in this.
So that's why I was like, it gets explained from her point of view in this book, and you don't get that in the first book.
Yeah.
You make a little bit maybe, but not nearly as much. So yeah, she murdered a guy. She straight up murdered a guy, and so it's interesting.
There was blood?
Was that
In cold blood?
I mean, kind of. She was trying to lift the curse off her family.
Oh, that's right.
Her
Oh, there was like the
kids
drowning stuff. Yeah.
were
yeah.
suffering, and
Yeah.
so there was this prophecy that a guy who gave his life 3 times would lift the curse or something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and so she was trying to force the issue.
Yeah.
basically, and she did. He was like no, and she was like yes, and then drowned him. So
I
I don't
forgive
know.
her.
She has a past. She's not perfect. She's going on this quest, and I don't know.
yeah, I liked that. I identified with it in some ways, and I do like reading books about people who I have some shared experience with. I've never been a queen, but I have been achy and tired.
You a queen.
Oh, thank you, Amy. Thank you, Amy. I mean, I have been achy and tired. I have been like, I'm in my 40s. What do I do with myself now? And in fact, when I mean have been, I like that. It's something I like about T. Kingfisher's stories as well. Her protagonists are mainly mature women. And so there's just something about that where I like reading it. I like the idea that we exist and are worthy of having stories and adventures.
Yeah, that like things happening to you and seeking new things isn't just something that happens to young people.
Yeah. So even if the character development isn't top tier,
The visibility is good for sure.
I like the visibility.
Representation matters, ladies. Well, that's why I was wondering if we could think of other middle-aged lady books to recommend, because I think it's not something that a lot of people, or I don't hear a lot of people purposely seeking them out, right?
Yeah.
And I was trying to think of some other ones. The other one that occurred to me while I was thinking about it was Barriar.
Yeah.
And the ones about Cordelia's honor, that kind of thing.
So most of the novellas that I've read by Shards of Honor, I think that's the first one.
Yeah, there's
But yeah, the
so
novellas by T. Kingfisher are frequently have a mature woman as the protagonist, and other adults around her. I'm trying to think of what else. I think Memory Called Empire. I think they're probably younger than us, but I imagine them as like in their 30s.
Okay. Mensa's a good character in the Murderbot books. She's not the protagonist, but she's an older woman.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's hard to think of them.
I know.
I don't read a lot, but this is going to sound very pretentious, but I tried to live my life as a middle-aged woman that does fun stuff. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I try and like set my own example. Like I'm going to go, like I go biking and I go sailing and I take trips. Like, because we don't have a lot of good examples.
Yeah, I think
Broken Earth trilogy.
Oh yeah, that's a good. That's a good one. I think this is maybe too heavy for the podcast, but like you can go do stuff. I guess there's a part of me it's like, I don't know. Is that it? I just could do stuff for the rest of my life.
Man, I love doing stuff.
I don't know. Anyway, if anybody has any recommendations, though, I think I would like to hear them because I would like to read more.
I think it depends too. Like a lot of these, well, at least with Ista herself, like I identify with being in my 40s and kind of tired, but having never had a family, like I don't know what it's like to have a kid, and I don't ever want to have a kid or know what that's like. But that's such a big part of a lot of women's lives, and I will never experience that.
Yeah.
So.
And I also appreciated her being sandwich generation. She took care of her kids, and then she took care of her mom.
Yeah.
And then now she's done. I don't know.
Yeah.
And she's only 40. And still attractive.
Still attractive.
But not the most attractive.
No, it can't be the most attractive.
No, she's over 30. So
I read this quote also. This woman was like, she was bitching about Ista, basically. She was like, she's unlikable, she's overprivileged, she's crabby, she's dreary, she's like a jerk. I mean, I was like, you know what? I identify with that.
Yeah.
I'm constantly crabby.
I also feel crabby and dreary.
I'm tired and crabby all the time.
I feel like every chapter ends with her just rolling over and going to sleep.
Yeah, fitful or not, or she gets her hair done and goes to sleep a lot.
That's the end of the day for me.
I know,
I
right?
brush my hair and I do my best to go to sleep.
I get out of bed already thinking about bed. Yeah. I mean, that takes us into the looks department, which is another section I had, because my God, everybody in this book we got to know how attractive they are before we can get going with their character.
Which is funny because the cover of the book, she looks like she's 26.
Yeah. Well, I kind of like the cover of the book, actually. It looks a little bit, it's like giving Da Vinci.
I was trying to imagine her as like Charlize Theron or somebody objectively pretty, because that's more fun.
Picturing Cersei. Yeah. Or the woman.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of Game of Thrones in here. Like I was picturing like Catelyn Stark a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, Catelyn's a good example. Well,
although she's in her 50s. Although in the book, she's in her 40s.
Yeah, she's in her 40s.
Yeah.
The women in Game of Thrones, take this with a grain of salt, but the older women in Game of Thrones, I like them. Yeah. Because they're constantly trying to grab what power they have and execute control over their lives, which is interesting to me. Yeah. Did you guys know that D. Cabon is fat?
What?
Yeah.
Did you guys know that?
Oh my God.
Did you catch that?
Does that explain why instead of walking through a door, he heaves his bulk through the door?
I was like, man, Lois, what are we doing?
I know. I just sat the book down for a second and I was like, no.
It was so over the top.
He was walking down the hall and guess what? Walking through a doorway, it doesn't need to change. You don't have to do anything different to go through the doorway. You don't have to heave your bulk.
All the poor beasts that struggled under his
my God.
bulk.
It's so,
and he ate and ate and ate, and she was like, I bet he picked this place because the food's good.
So it's interesting. It's a little confusing because the book seems to like him. She seems to like him.
But he's fat.
But he's definitely fat. Though.
And pejoratively, you know, it's not just a description of him because I don't mind because we'd get a detailed description of everyone, but it is and it is held against him for sure. It's like she likes him in spite of it or something.
Yeah, cannot describe him without telling us.
He does fuck.
He does fuck though. That girl walked out of that room and she was happy.
And Liz was like, maybe I shouldn't have turned him down.
I picture him as Varys from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, all I could picture was a white wall because of how he was described.
And what's funny
just a blank. Like
he gets the treatment of, you know, being fat shamed throughout the entire book, but I still didn't feel sad for him. I just thought it was comic.
I pictured him a little like Sam Tarly, I think, from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like a well-meaning intellectual who's overweight.
And she will not let him forget it. And then when
he's like, you can't come with us on this ride because
when he like is lost in the woods for, you know, a month or whatever, she's like, oh, he lost some weight. He was starving.
It's so mean.
I know.
I feel bad even laughing about it, but it's like just it's such low-hanging fruit, you know? It's like, try a little harder.
And I can't for the life of me figure out, it meant nothing to the plot.
Right.
Yeah. It did not have, I mean, the only thing you can possibly say it had anything to do with was when they were running away from the first group of people who were trying to seize them.
Mm-hmm.
And his poor beast of burden was laboring so hard under him.
Which
she's like, you can't go fast, hide in this ditch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which could have also been true because he's basically like a version of a monk. So he might have just had a humble donkey to ride that doesn't run that fast.
That's true.
And he could be fat. You could say he's fat and not constantly be like, and this is the source of all his problems. The whole book, you know, if him and Foix hadn't had to hide in the woods, would we have even had this book, or would they have escaped the Jokinans altogether and we wouldn't even have the book?
I mean, I don't even know what to do with it. Like, I just shook my head every time he came up.
Yeah, same.
And it made me sad I was like, Lois, what's happening? What are we working out here, girl? Like,
no.
She just like, I think she thought of as like a clown.
And all the women had to be slender, every single one of them, except for the evil one.
Yeah.
I'll get to her during boob talk, but...
Oh, I don't remember her physical description. Was she bloated with demons?
No.
It was that classic fantasy thing of like, her name's Joan, but it's with an E. Joanne.
Kevin from Game of Thrones.
Uncle Kevin. Remember on Game of Thrones? And he is listing all the names of the characters, and they're all like obvious fantasy names, and then he's like, Kevin. But with an A.
Anyway,
can we talk about a few indicia of oppressive fantasy feeling?
Yeah, I have a whole list.
Oh, okay.
I have a new amendment.
We can skip to that.
I have a new subpart of oppressive fantasy feeling. I was trying to explain it to Ash.
Let's hear it.
The other night, and she's like, "It's oppressive. Like, do you hate it?" I was like,
Yes.
But
it's not your favorite.
It's called performative medieval politeness.
Oh,
and this is based. Yeah, and like,
is it because they say perforce, withal, apace, and attend me?
It's like all that stuff because I was trying to talk myself through this the other day, and I was like, why I don't like this kind of fantasy while I like some others is because sometimes it feels like you're just like wading through tone and like, oh, it's a fantasy book with people doing fantasy things. Whereas like, I like the kind of fantasy that is historical fiction where something weird happens. Like it could just be historical fiction instead of like playing with the tropes. If that makes sense. Like,
is there an example of one that you like?
So I do like Game of Thrones. I love the King Arthur stories.
Well, I think the characters in Game of Thrones are, with all due respect to Lois, the characters in Game of Thrones are much more complicated.
Exactly, yeah.
Which I think helps.
Like, sometimes I think fantasy...
is that what you mean? Like, they're sort of caricatures?
Yeah, and that's fine in genres that you love. Like, most hard-boiled detective novels are caricatures, but if you like it, you want the cigarette smoke, you want the lights,
and some people do like this.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and no shame on anybody that does.
Yeah.
Because, like, I like a spaceship that's broken, and I like an Ansible, and I like those tropes, and I like the cold, dark harshness.
Yeah, it's just not the tropes for you.
But there's just something about fantasy, man. I do think this book kind of reminded me of, I tried to read the first Wheel of Time book, and they're just on, like, a quest for the first half of the book.
Yeah.
This one, I think, seals the deal, and I don't know what happened in the first part, or the second part of the Eye of the...
Oh, you mean the next 12 books?
Or even just the end of the first book.
Well, let me tell you, it leads to the next 12 books.
Yeah.
Like nothing gets resolved for a long time.
I think what is especially hard about this book for me is that there's so much horse.
Oh, we'll get there.
And like horses lathering. Ugh.
I want to say about the characters, in fairness to Lois and
Yeah.
character development, we have all read 5 Game of Thrones
Right. I was actually
novels
about to say that exactly.
and watched like 9 seasons.
And I
of
do
it.
think
we got 1 book.
these characters particularly don't get fleshed out much more because she does skip 2 other characters. So the first book's about someone completely different. This book's about her.
Yeah.
The next book's about someone completely different who like hundreds of years before this one even starts. Like,
Yeah, and fantasy is a very successful, especially today, genre. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
And the fact that I like 2 is more an indictment of me.
Well, I think
the
No, it's fine
I
if
was
you don't
thinking
like
about
it.
that when I was reading this because there's some romance tropes in this book that I will probably never enjoy reading romance
Same,
books,
yeah.
right? Because it just my mind wanders out of them. Like I just bounce off of
People
them.
love the enemies to lovers tropes. Like it's the hallmark of every new book.
Now heated rivalry.
Well, that's
that's different.
I just finished the second book.
That's different.
But I think it's the same. Like I don't think it's bad. It's just not something I enjoy.
Yeah. I mean, Western books are the same.
Yeah, everybody's got
Cozy
their
mysteries are the
thing.
same. As long as
Exactly.
you like it and you want to live in that world and experience the
And I
hallmarks
think
of the
this
world.
is a good example. I mean, I thought this was a good book. I enjoyed this book.
I thought it was fine. Yeah. I mean,
But it does. I wonder if it all has some. I was reading some. I think it might have been Jo Walton. She had 2 different posts about this book.
Oh,
She
really?
liked a lot, and she said she was trying to think of what makes a book fantasy.
Yeah.
Because she was wrestling with the same question while she was reading this, and she said something about there's something about coming close. She called it numinance.
I saw that.
You
Numinous.
see this?
Yeah.
So she said there's something about coming close to the divine in these books that makes it fantasy.
Which is so interesting because I have no religious experience and I don't ever think about the religious parts of it. So.
I thought I mean, she makes it so front and so when I first started reading the first book and people started talking about the gods, I was like, okay, the gods, fine, whatever. But then it turns out the gods are very real and they do stuff.
Yeah.
I like a god that's around.
Yeah. Like I like Athena.
Right. So it's very Greek god, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So when I read about the Greek gods, I kind of think of them as just characters. Like
Yeah,
they don't resonate as divine to me. But one of the good things about Curse of Challeon, I thought, was that they do, right? They're meddling gods, but they also are you understand by the end of the book why they are gods, like why they are they're very powerful, right? I don't know. Anyway, so Jo was talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what makes fantasy, why some is one way and some's the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the word fae makes it fantasy.
Yes.
The word ensorcelled, which I think is the funniest word in the world.
My first plot summary, I tried to use the word ensorcelled as many times as I could.
Sorcel.
So, on the very first page, we have the word crenellations, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, Haley's in trouble.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I need to check on your Haleys.
I sent you the screenshot from the Curse of Challeon when I was reading it, and like I got to this paragraph where someone said, "She bade me bide," but I think the use of withal too many.
Well, it's performative medieval politeness.
Yeah.
But interestingly, so I read a Goodreads review that was like, I DNF'd this after 28 pages because I couldn't stand the dialect. And I think it's very strong when she's at her castle where
eases
she
up,
can't.
though.
And then it's like gone by the end.
Everybody's super polite in the beginning, and then they go through some shit.
Well, when I first started reading it, I was like, I don't want to read this. I felt the same way. I was like, this feels really stilted and it's annoying and I don't want to read people talking to each other like this.
Yeah.
And then like the minute she leaves, it's not like that at all.
Yeah, I think it's because the
that's why I could
barriers
read it.
break down a bit.
I don't know because
I think it was on purpose.
she's
No?
I don't know. To me, it felt accidental because like she the minute she leaves the castle, it's not like that anymore. And then I was thinking, I was like, well, maybe it's the culture of where she was. Yeah. But then at the end, when H4H and all the other guys from her home
Well, it starts again.
come get her, I didn't notice that. I didn't notice it starting back up. I noticed that they were still like very, being very restrictive with her, but I didn't notice the language being the way that it was in the first chapter or two. And that was very surprising to me. It made it feel accidental. And I mean, maybe it wasn't, but to me, it felt very abrupt because I was like, ugh, this is going to be a slog. And then I was like, oh, well, by chapter 3, they're all talking like I
do
am.
like to say, attend me.
Oh, they
attend
do.
me.
At the second castle.
attend me.
The
But
second
like
castle.
the sentence structure and things like that just I felt like became very familiar to me versus in the first couple chapters they were quite stilted and I didn't like reading it.
It makes me happy to think though that for people that love this genre, maybe that's like reading. Maybe it feels like home to them.
Maybe.
So I hope so.
But I just don't know why it changed after the second, like it just abruptly was just dropped.
That's why I like a cozy mystery. Because you know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it's like,
I never know who done it though.
I mean, I've never,
I've never ever figured out.
if you watch a cozy British mystery on TV, it's always the most famous person.
Oh, is that true?
Oh, I don't watch a lot of them. I read them, so I never know who it is. I'm always surprised when I get to the chapter where it's entitled Poirot Explains. I never know what he's going to tell me.
Yeah.
And he does explain everything.
He does. He loves a dinner party explanation. Get everybody together around a table, and then he's like, well, how do you say plural,
Mes
my
amis?
friends? Mes amis.
Mes amis.
Thank you, mes amis, for joining me tonight. I shall tell you who is the
He
killer.
sounds very French, but he's Belgian.
He is Belgian, yeah.
They speak French, though.
Yeah, he sounds
They have a
real French.
They have an interesting accent. When I took French linguistics classes, they'd be like, "Oh, les Belges," because they have a different way of speaking than like Parisian French, which is like the stodgy one. So,
Anything else? Or we move on to our things?
Let's see.
her saddle sores.
So many saddle sores.
Yeah,
I mean, they sounded terrible.
yeah.
Ferda disappears for like 300 pages of the book.
Vertebras.
I didn't remember where he went.
He
Which
went
one
to
was-
search for Foix.
Yeah. Which one was ensorcelled?
Foix.
That's right.
He had a bear demon.
He had a bear.
It is funny how the end of the book, after like everything,
Ferda's job is horse.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. When they win the day or whatever, there's like 20 pages of fan service, and this is what happened to this character, and then Gorham was actually ensorcelled.
Ferda shows back up, and I was just like, I don't remember where he's been. He's been gone like 200 or 300 pages. I would like to talk a little bit about Gorham before we move on.
Let's talk about Gorham.
Do we think she had a right to restore him without asking? It really bothered me that she just walked up to him and was like, beep, boop, here's your sad soul and all your bad memories. And then he even says to her, he said, I don't want to be who I am. I was happier before.
Ooh.
She should have asked him. He remembers all
her
these
privilege is
awful
showing.
things.
Yeah.
It really is. Like he might have been like, yeah, I want to know my life. But he also might have been like, I don't know, whatever happened to me was probably pretty fucking bad, especially since you've told me my soul is in tatters, which is a rude thing to say. And he's like, I have a simple life. I like my job. I like my boss. Maybe he would just be like, no, let me live this simple life that I enjoy.
I wonder if there's some there would be some ramification for him if she hadn't put his soul back together. Because in this world, when you die, your soul is very literally taken up by one of the gods.
Oh.
And if it isn't, then you become a ghost, and you have this very sad wasting away that happens. They talk a lot about the ghosts in the first book. So I'm wondering if it would sort of, if I just don't know if in her mind it's like if she leaves him like that, he's sort of doomed.
I had the most annoying.
That's the only thing I can think
I
of.
had the most annoying thought in response when you started saying that, and you can tell that my head has not clocked out because I was like, well, under Rule 1.4, she had to get his informed consent. She should have
asked
explained
him.
that. She should have
asked him.
If that's it may be a good way to think about it. Maybe that's right, but she should have asked him.
Yeah.
I think you're right. There's a lot
Should
of
have
things that
explained
happen
all that.
non-consensually in this book.
No
Which we
kidding.
will get to.
Okay, all right. That's all I have.
Yeah, I think she also says something along the lines of she wants to give him a choice, and he doesn't have a choice when he's like that, right? He was very much the victim of an assault, and I think she was trying to
Yeah. It sounds like a good idea, but
help him, but sometimes help is misguided.
Yeah,
It did sound like he was not a good dude.
right.
Yeah.
And in his second life, it sounds like he was.
But now he gets a redemption moment. He gets to go be a good dude still,
Yeah,
but he gets to choose it instead of just
that's.
being.
I mean, but I think he
I don't
still
know. I'm
is.
working through this out loud.
I think he still
in real
is
time.
choosing it. He's a simple guy with a simple life, and he's choosing that. He could go out and be like a cut purse or something.
Yeah.
Or a bad dude. He's not. But I take such good care of his.
so much poop, I bet.
Well, that's no better.
No kidding.
So he was plucked out of obscurity by Ilvin, less hot Ilvin. We haven't even talked about Aris being an reanimated corpse. This book has so much going on.
A sexy reanimated.
He's
corpse.
a sexy reanimated corpse, and his slightly less hot brother is reanimating him with his soul.
But who's controlling it? Was it
Catalara
Catalara
with
was
her
it-
demon.
she was the one that decided? I couldn't quite understand what happened with the whole thing.
Okay, so Catalara has a demon in her that she got because she killed that slut who was
Who also had a demon. in
who
her.
also had a
Who
demon
was
in
the
her.
slut again?
Umaru.
Okay, Umar.
And her demon
daughter
came-
of Joan with an E.
Yeah,
That's
her
right, that's right,
demon
that's
came from her mom.
Yeah.
So mom puts demon in Umaru. Umaru comes to seduce Lord Eris.
Ilvin.
Ilvin. She comes for Ilvin, gets the hots for Eris. Like, this is better anyway. Eris is married to Catalara at the time. She seduces Eris. Eris goes to have sex with her. Catalara shows up, wants to kill Umaru, kills Umaru. Umaru dies. Her demon jumps to Catalara.
Yeah.
And then Catalara carries this idea forward that these men need to be controlled.
Because she doesn't want her husband to die.
She doesn't want her
Yeah, because
husband
she
to die.
stabbed him. She killed him. So she has to do this demon thing to keep him alive.
Ilvin technically killed him.
I don't think even Ilvin killed him.
Well, they both killed him, really. They
Yeah,
were both
she's
holding the
holding the
dagger.
knife. He's
They're like,
trying
I'm
to
just going to
grab
hold
her.
my fist out. If your face bumps
We
into
both
it,
reach for
it's
the
not
gun.
my problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he dies.
Okay.
I mean, it's an accident, but also she's responsible for it because she was, she showed up to kill somebody.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And then she blames that poor guy, the poor other guy.
She's got murder and felony murder.
She's the worst.
She is the worst. Aris is also the worst.
Well, he did cheat on his wife.
He cheated on his wife. He married a 17-year-old who'd been hoarding for him since she was 14.
I can't ever get mad about that kind of thing in these books because that's accurate.
I thought about that, but also it still doesn't have to be that way.
It's true.
You could make your much younger woman 20.
That's true.
fair.
You could,
that's fair.
if you can put a bear demon in a man's tummy.
That's
you,
true.
you ain't wrong. Yeah.
And also, his daughter, she just lives somewhere else.
Oh yeah, where are the kids?
He was also abandoned by his father. Hurt people hurt people.
That's true.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, she controls Eris by taking Ilvin's soul.
I knew the basics of it, but the origin story is a little murky.
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah.
People the demon jumped when she killed Umaru.
It's like there is no Dana, only Zool.
Right.
Well, but I think the thing is, then I think Zool takes on whatever Dana wanted. Because Catalara, it's like she becomes like the worst version of herself, I think, like you said earlier, because she is like an obsessive, jealous spouse. I mean, she murdered somebody without a demon.
Yeah.
And then it just becomes all the worse.
Right.
Once she has these powers, she's like, well, now I'm definitely getting what I want.
Yeah.
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 And it seems like these demons that Queen Joan created are like slightly different than the one that like jumped from the bear into Foix. Like this demon has a goal.
Because
And she's executing the goal still.
And she's like raising these demons by putting them in people who have very particular
Queen
skills.
Joan, not Catalara.
Yeah. She's like, you go over here and be.
That's how Gorham ended up with Tatters.
Yes.
Tatters.
A tattered soul.
I think, do I have a tattered soul?
Who doesn't, honey?
The gods don't need perfect souls. They need great ones. It says that in this book.
Oh.
That was a pretty good line, actually.
There's another good line that's like,
There's some good lines.
there's no, like you have to choose your time because time won't wait for you or something like that.
I like the one that's like, who am I when the walls of my life aren't around me or whatever.
It's a good line.
These are good lines for ladies in their 40s.
Oh, and I also liked this line for a lady in her 40s. I am old enough to have many regrets, but it was the little easy things, the kisses I did not give, the love I did not speak, because there was no time, no place, then no chance. Surprisingly sharp sorrows are these for their size.
That was really good.
She got some good ones.
Oh, bless. Feminist fave?
I think just Ista being a middle-aged heroine.
She still got it.
Yeah.
All the girlies are excellent archers.
The girlies are excellent.
I did love
archers.
Liz, too.
I like Liz. We didn't talk about Liz. Liz, the horse girl.
Yeah.
I liked her.
Liz, I imagined as I don't have a lot of fantasy touch points, so it was just Game of Thrones. It was Solange,
yeah.
Khaleesi's like
Yeah.
handmaiden. I love her.
Oh.
Solange. I only know their game.
I
Yeah,
like Liz. I
yeah.
like Liz because she's like, I don't know how to do hair.
I just want to ride this horse. fast.
She's like, sometimes I put it in a braid, and then Ista's like, and what else? And she's like, sometimes two braids.
Yes. At one point, Ista's walking around, and she's like, and I just look like the back of my head looks like a pony's butt or something. Ponytail.
Misogynist moment.
I have a little more.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
feminist favorite. I don't want to scoop anybody.
Yeah,
No,
sorry,
you're good.
sorry.
I like the comment when she's thinking about these young women and knowing how to avoid pregnancy and whatnot, and she says, basically, she's pro-educating girls and women about sex and pregnancy, and she says, innocence based in ignorance is unfit to protect itself.
Oh.
And I was like, hell yeah.
Good line.
Yeah, really good line.
And has it ever not been truer than now?
No
Yeah.
kidding. My misogynist moment is when Ista says, I am afraid I have no talent for dalliance. When I was young, I was too stupid. Now I'm old, I am too drab.
Oh,
Too drop. She does think that about herself, though, and I relate. It is misogynist that we have to think of ourselves. That way.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's
Yeah.
internalized misogyny.
Yes.
yeah. That's
yes. 100%.
I agree with those points in the book. There's a couple.
Yeah. What you got?
I couldn't find one.
Really? Because I got a lot. I think my misogynist moment is really all the sexual assault in this book. Like
So much.
There is at least 3 instances of sexual assault against men,
Yep.
specifically.
Yep, I have that under
and I
Penis
don't-
Parade.
I don't know if she thinks it's not objectionable.
I don't think she does.
because it's men.
And I think at one point, doesn't Ilvin say something about having a good dream?
Yeah. Yeah. So the 3 I had were Catalara showing up in Ilvin's bed to stimulate him so she could go have sex with his brother.
Yeah.
Ista kissing Elvin in his sleep and also just checking him out while he's asleep.
Yeah.
And then this is a little borderline, but she kisses Decabon when he's asleep too, which is not really her fault. The bastard kind of intervenes on that one, but
Oh, I thought they were both having like a dream with the god.
they were
in it.
both dreaming.
Yeah, I didn't think
Okay.
that was either one of them volitionally really
Okay.
doing anything. I thought the
But then there was
God
also
came to her wearing the guy
he looked like him.
him. Yeah, but he
The
also had that dream.
And you knew because he was fat.
I never knew if the dreams were
Exactly.
real or not. So
Well,
Well, and
they do either.
I think they don't either, which is why I don't hold that against
Fair, okay,
them.
fine.
The kiss with Ilvin when he's unconscious. When are there two?
She straight makes out with him when he's
Well,
asleep.
I think, but wasn't it what she was hoping because the bastard had kissed her on the mouth that she was hoping maybe that actually meant that kissing him would help him somehow? She didn't like it,
Yes. Still.
but I mean,
Yeah.
it feels weird. But
But Catalara coming in there was
first of all,
straight up.
why do you need to jerk this unconscious
So
man
that
off?
dead Aris
Well, why
can get it
though?
up.
Like I don't like you gotta. I guess the demon told her you gotta concentrate the soul energy in the penis.
Right, because Arvis,
It's like a seesaw.
Aris's penis didn't do anything because he's dead.
well, so does he ejaculate?
Well,
No, Aris
must.
does.
I didn't understand anything that happened.
Well-
So in that moment, I reread it before I came here because I was
Yeah.
like, am I crazy? I was not crazy.
Yeah.
So she goes in there.
There was the white light.
She stimulates him.
Yeah.
She puts all that soul light right on
Yeah,
his
yeah.
crotch. She gets him all rough and ready, goes off and uses that rough and readiness to have sex with Aris. And Ista watches Elvin basically go through the motions of sex. And then Aris is somewhere climaxing.
So,
But why?
So
Well,
she wants to get pregnant.
Oh,
And Aris
gotcha.
can't.
Oh,
can't.
that's true.
I
She's not alive.
think at
She
some point
talks about
she did this to Ilvin to completion. Otherwise, she wouldn't know to say the disgusting oppressive fantasy statement. Your seed is thick, while my lord's runs to water.
Well, she's-
Oh yeah.
I don't think Ilvin. I think she leaves him in a turgid state.
but how does she know his seed is thick?
This is also soap stuff.
Because he's alive.
Oh no, man.
I
feel like she knew
'cause
that.
Ista watches him, and he's still ready when Catalar leaves the room.
So if she's masturbating one, is the other one also hard?
I think
Yeah,
that's
he's
the
like
idea.
he's like
I think-
alone in his room, and he's
Yeah,
like,
it's like,
"Where'd
what?
that come from?"
I think that's the idea.
Okay.
but
It's unclear.
it's unclear.
Yeah, I didn't
All of the
understand.
white light again. Like she's so clear about certain things, but this happens in the Vorkosigan books too. Like I don't understand the action scenes sometimes. Like at the end when she's going to eat the demons, it takes like 30 pages to walk 100 yards, maybe. I couldn't
but then
tell.
the actual fight is like a paragraph.
yeah, she's not good at
The
action.
pacing wasn't
Yeah.
my favorite thing. Yeah, I agree. The fat shaming also, I didn't love that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that really qualifies as misogynist. The ageism, same thing. That internalized misogyny about being still fairly attractive at 30.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Boob talk
She's always fastening that mourning brooch under
right under her
breast,
breasts. Yeah, right. It's like crossing your arms under your breast.
which is also called could also
Your
just be your
waist.
waist.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it so hard. I was like, under the breast, under the.
My girl's making an empire waist up underneath
Yes.
those
Yeah.
them titties. Joan has slack breasts and a sagging belly.
Oh my god! I
Slack.
did not catch
Slack
that.
breast.
Slack breasts.
How many pages were you in before you Googled what a tabard is?
Oh, I already been new, so I didn't.
Oh, gotcha.
I needed to do
I don't know that I bothered. What is
A
it?
tabard is like the medieval outfit that guys wear with like
that. It's that thing that
It's
goes
like a-
over everything.
it's like a
Oh, like a
waistcoat,
tunic.
kind of, but like longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, having been to medieval times recently, which is based on like 15th century France, it's very similar. So
It is. Penis parade. I mean, the best one, I think, was when she was staring at naked Ilvin without his consent, and the hair was trailing down to his where it thickened at his crotch, and the bird that nested there was fine and fair.
She smiled at it.
She did smile at
I have
this- is
exactly
this-
that. Because
I guess it's complimentary.
I wanted to ask you, is the bird the penis?
Yes.
I mean, I just sat and looked at that, and I was like, why?
The bird is the penis.
So, as a lesbian, I didn't know what that meant.
okay, well,
So
ladies, let me tell you. I'm here to tell you.
I didn't know either. I mean, I was like, well, that's all it can be. And I was like, but it's a dream. Maybe there's a bird.
yeah,
No, I think he's just got a little sleeping penis.
Is it like a
in
bluebird?
His nest, his
I hope
nest-
not.
His nest of crotch hair. Well, it might be. He's having his life force.
He
sucked
is
out.
mostly dead.
He's mostly dead.
mostly dead. Oh yeah, the entire time that we were with Elvin, we were in the tree basement in Princess Bride, And Gorham was the albino. Yeah. So
Don't even think about.
Now I would like to move on to pony prattle.
Please do.
Because a full quarter of my prep was pony prattle.
I just put there's a ton of pony prattle, really too much to even get into.
they say lathered 6 times,
There's so much pony
I
prattle.
found every horse.
foam flecked.
We're at 59 minutes.
I'll-
Choose your ponies
I
wisely.
know. There's only 2 that are named, Featherwit
Featherwit.
and Demon. And I gotta tell you, I am a Demon stan, and I don't appreciate how much demon slander there was against this horse. They tried to ride it to death. They said that out loud. Said that out loud.
Remind me what a withers is.
That's the back.
It's shoulders.
Shoulder.
Is both shoulders?
It's like the top of the where
front shoulders.
The back, yes.
Oh, I thought it was the back.
These are hips. You don't have a back shoulder.
I always thought the withers were the haunch.
No, it's like the point at the
Thought
neck and the
haunch
back.
and withers were the same.
It's like where you would put where you put a cat microchip.
Yes. Well, that's the back of the neck.
Yeah.
You know, think of where a saddle horn is.
Oh,
It's there.
withers.
Yeah.
Okay. I maintain that the things that are objectified the most in this book are the horses.
Yeah. She loves
In a
horses,
slightly
you can
uncomfortable way.
Yeah.
For example, Featherwit, tall shimmering white with soft gray nose, mane and tail like silk banners, big dark liquid eyes. Its trot was a long smooth ripple, its canter like being rocked along in a sedan chair. And Ilvin at one point says, she's gotten fat.
tell. Oh no, not the horse too.
And Ista says, he is most perfect gentleman. I find him very shapely. I'm just saying. And then there's a lot of this. There's a Raknare stallion that bounds from the earth and trots on air and has hooves that ring like cymbals and tail like a flying banner and a mane like maiden's hair.
I love it.
Come on, man.
That's exactly what I would have written when I was 10.
Yeah, like if you love horses, you want to glamorize them.
I mean, they're glamorized.
Horses are glamorous. Have you seen them? They're beautiful.
A beautiful dark dappled animal.
Mhm.
Pretty white gelding.
Gelding.
Gelding. Ah, man. They love horse in this.
Piebald.
The horse's charcoal gray sides were heaving and wet. Its nostrils round and red.
Okay, you're right. It is a little horny.
It's horny for horse.
Heaving and wet.
Horny for horse is a good segment.
Horny for horse.
I'm writing that down as the title.
H4H. I mean, there is
H4H.
I have read theories online that like
Does that? Hopefully, that doesn't actually mean
I
something.
think it's might.
yeah, no, but like there are theories that, you know, when girls get into horses, it's like nascent with sexuality and I don't know.
I mean,
that sounds like
I
something
do
men
mix
made
them up
up.
in my. Well, they talked about Lys's Tall Bay, that was a big-hearted horse, and this actually made me look up Secretariat because I remembered something about his heart, and his heart weighed 20 pounds,
That's a big old
which is like
horse
twice
heart.
as much as a normal horse heart.
He's like the Grinch.
Oh,
Yeah,
They grew in 2 sizes
two
that day.
sizes. Fantastical food.
There's the usual roast suckling pigs and good bread and cheese.
There was a lot of feasting, but little food description.
they had a good girl dinner.
Yeah, nuts.
Oh,
herbs,
they
and
did have a
cheese.
good-
Bread
girl
and
dinner.
cheese, duck, mutton, sausage, dried fruit,
Yeah.
spring greens, eggs, olives,
Yeah.
apple nut tarts. Also, at the end, they share that horny apricot.
They sure do.
They have a
It's very
foreplay
call me by
apricot.
your name.
Yeah.
Soap stuff. Oh, is there any? I don't.
I think we've already covered the soap stuff.
Okay,
we kinda did.
my favorite one, though, is that she gets kidnapped by the Jokinans for the first time because she gets kidnapped by the Jokinans 800 times, rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
This book is like Jokinan show up and cause trouble, demon drama. Jokinan show up and cause trouble,
Yeah.
demon drama. That happens 3 times. Then at the end, there's Jokinan demon drama.
Yeah.
So the primary soap stuff in my mind is first time she's kidnapped by the Jokinans and she's, grappling with all these things that have happened in her life and especially her murder of Dilutes.
And she uses an assumed name. It doesn't
She
reveal
uses
who
an
she
assumed
is.
name, but then she gets rescued and she's like, "What's your name?" And he's like, "Dilutes." And she's like, "Ah, the son of the man that she murdered 20 years ago."
This is good. That's
Not
good.
the one.
That's good.
Yeah, that is pretty good. I mean, I think that the brothers sucking each other's life force.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Also, ill-advised dalliances. I feel like that's a little soapy to me.
The brothers, 2 men, 1 soul.
Yeah. 2 men, 1 soul.
Oh, bless. Guys, did you like the book?
I thought I would hate it more, but I didn't.
Love that for you.
It's fine.
It was fantasy and trickster god, and you made it through.
I know I did. Well, that's a testament to Lois's writing ability.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I liked it. I think it's good, not great. I'm not mad that I read it. It's got some slow parts, but it's overall it's easy to read.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a slog or anything.
No.
Yeah, I think that's exactly where I am. I like Curse of Chalion a little more. If I was going to recommend one of the two, it'd be that one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this one.
Yeah, it's good.
Star Wars or Lord of the Rings?
It's Star Wars because Caswell in the beginning of the book says, I give you these two good brothers, Ferda and Foy. I trust they may serve you well, which is what Luke says as a hologram to Jabba the Hutt in Return of the Jedi about R2-D2 and C-3PO.
I love it.
Oh my God, I love it. I'm sold. Sold for the lady in the LCD sound system shirt.
I said Lord of the Rings mainly, but I also said the Emperor is not a Paladin of Souls.
That's true. A Palpatine.
Palpatine of Souls.
This book is actually just Black Beauty.
I forgot to think about this.
Misty. Misty.
This book is not Misty.
I'm sorry.
Maybe it is.
I'm sorry. Okay. Coming up next time, we have Down Below Station by C.G. Cherry.
CJ Cherry?
What did I say?
CG Cherry.
C.G.
She's bad with the acronyms today.
C.J. Cherry. Got it.
Yay.
Yay.
I actually am a little bit looking forward to reading that because people really like Cherry's work and I want to read something besides Satine.
Yeah. I'm cautiously optimistic that it'll be a little better than Satine to us.
It'll be it's
Plenty
much
of people
shorter,
like it,
I think.
but it's a little shorter.
Yeah. I think it's more like space versus like twin clone.
Children's birthday parties.
Is that the one with wrestling?
I forgot about that.
The map play?
No,
that's,
that was where Late the Sweet Bird
Oh,
sang.
that's right.
the
No,
bird play.
Satine was one where I just remember you saying there are 1 million children's birthday parties. But you are right; those are both clone books.
Touche.
Clone
we read
and
them back to
incest
back, I
books.
think. Yeah.
Incest clones.
Clone cest.
Yep.
All right. Well, good job, guys. We read it. We did it.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Hugo girl. Hugo girl.